Hi, my name is Ellen Sackhoff, and I'd like to invite you to 18 East 50th Street to experience our collaborative art show. The show is in a beautiful space that is directly across from the side of St. Patrick's Cathedral, and the space is in a neo-Gothic building previously known as Hampton Shops Building, more commonly known as the New York Health and Racquet Club. It is directly across from St. Patrick's Cathedral, so we have the most exquisite light, beautiful ceilings, and as we walk around through the space, we come to one of our artists, Angel Diaz, facing out towards St. Patrick's Cathedral. It is beautiful Gothic windows that frame the artwork both upstairs and downstairs. Hi, my name is Ellen Sackhoff, and I'm very excited to be a part of this collaborative art show. I am currently a dancer and an artist living here in New York City, and my work is all digital prints that in some ways speak back to my earlier days as a textile designer and home furnishings. My interest in patterns is that they exist all over in every corner of the universe, and they date back as far as Greek urns, cave paintings, Egyptian hieroglyphics. So everywhere you look, there's material, there's resources, there's beauty. And my work takes bits and pieces of photographs that I've taken or are in the public domain, tears them apart, puts them back together into a rhythmic, integrated set of details. And they range from the smaller prints like these to other smaller prints on this pillar, and then to a larger one that actually started as an 8.5 by 8.5. We blew it up and actually put it on the wall, and she's called Pink Rose, and the last ones are over in this corner, and one of them actually, I don't think you could tell if you looked at it, but, and I think that they're all girls. She comes from a hydrangea, and I actually don't know where lace flower comes from, but this is the most recent one that I finished, and hopefully they capture the harmony and rhythm that's in patterns that you can see either in the natural world or the industrial world, anywhere around you. So you just have to keep your eye open because they're there. Thank you.
The artist, John Benjamin Calendar.
Hi everybody, this is Jim Brochu, and I am so pleased to be a part of this pop-up exhibit here at 18 East 50th Street. I have been an actor all my life, and I am a new old artist. I've only started painting again in the last 2 years, and I am so pleased to be a part of this pop-up exhibit here at 18 East 50th Street. Let me tell you about some of my work. I love to do detailed work of buildings, of architecture, of old New York. So here on top is of course the Brooklyn Bridge, and I always try to put one splash of color, like there, the Ambrose Lighthouse. This is Times Square, 1964. That's where I grew up. That's where I was alive. And I always tried to hide little things in my paintings, like there's a flasher here in the middle of Times Square. Of course there is, there has to be. St. Patrick's Cathedral, right across the street from us, where I sang in the choir. Up here, the Constitution, arriving in New York with another splash of color, because I used to stay and watch these ships come in when I was a kid. Essex Street, 1903. I just love the old buildings, and I love the feeling of the Lower East Side. And finally, Sardi's Restaurant, my favorite place at 8:16 at night, because everybody's gone to the theater and it's empty. I hope you come see the work. So many great artists here, and I am so proud to be one of them. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Jane Goldman, and I'm very grateful to this gallery for allowing me to put some of my paintings here. I did not ever start out as a painter. I was a lawyer for my professional life, but when I stopped practicing law, I was able to return to my childhood passions, which were sculpting, painting, playing the piano, and writing. And so this is a product of having now time to do one of those passions. I began to love doing portraits because I found it almost like a puzzle to make somebody look like themselves on canvas. Now, the people may not like it because everybody sees themselves differently, but I think it's just magical when they can appear. So these are people that I've either seen and did a portrait of, or sometimes I'll get a magazine cover and fall in love with it and try to duplicate it. So the man with the orange turban was somebody from a class, and it was just fascinating to learn how to do the colors to make skin look like skin. And then the others are different developments of things like that. But in any event, I'm thankful for you looking to the video, and I will recommend to everybody to return to your passions or do them even if you're working. Thank you.
Jennifer Manocherian. The Teddies. The Dollies at the Beach. Work of artist John Manocherian.
name is Mohammed Yaqub. I'm a Kenyan-born artist who lives here in New York, calls New York home. This is my Oculus series that I shot down at the World Trade Center hub that was designed by Santiago Calatrava, the Spanish architect. What I've done is I've taken an image that I've shot, and I use a process of mirroring that image to create a whole new space, new image, so to speak. This one is sort of very reminiscent, I would say, of a spaceship, or some people would even equate that to the slave ship icon as well. You get other images, like for example here, where you have just taken one image and turned it around, mirrored it, and you almost sort of create a throne room, right? If you look at this one in particular, this again, by the four mirrors, sort of also creates a face. Has sort of facial characteristics. One of the things that I didn't do is I didn't do anything with the light. The light is actually what exists down there. Again, by taking just one image and mirroring it, it creates this almost temple-like image that one could say exists, and yet it does not exist. Also, sometimes what I will do is I will take the color temperature and change it to create sort of this warm, almost sepia color. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Portia Bowers. I am a textile fiber artist. I am part of a group presenting work at 18 East 50th Street. We will be here until March 1st. I work with fiber, textiles, yarn. This series starts with a metal ring. As you can see, sometimes I wrap the ring, sometimes I leave it blank. It's all about flowers blooming from the series. I love diagonals. I often wrap materials. This is actually cardboard, and you can sneak in here. There's a little bit of cardboard in here, and there's a wood. I make leather flower bags, and my flowers can be absolutely any type of materials. I also incorporate ties. Multimedia. This particular piece is slightly different than the usual ones. It is on two rings. There is a large macrame piece that's attached to it. It's stuffed. I have a textile behind it. And then I started with this series to incorporate jade rings. I almost always have jewelry in my work. And most of this material is hand-dyed, like severely hand-dyed. And it looked like a wax monster or not. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rohini, and what you see here is the art that I have created, and I hope that it gives you as much pleasure as it has given me creating it. The collection that you see here is my love for color and the vibrant city that we call home. You can follow my page on Instagram at Kia by Rohini.
name is Angelo Diaz. I'm a visual creative mind based in the most exciting city of the modern world, New York City, the city that never sleeps. And these are some of the monkeys, the people behind the name of my hashtag, YNOTngl. As you can see, my works are metaphorical representation of our contemporary times, attempting to record our culture as country and part of humanity. They are organic compositions of images, textures, and symbolic elements that aim to represent a moment in time within humankind and our contemporary world. Those are big words, but really it comes down to the basics. Achieving organic visual language within other elements, textures, primary colors, and techniques are very important components of my works. Those elements range from objects, diverse mediums, sounds, techniques, as well as numeric equations within the size and the type of canvas of each added element. They are basically mathematical equations that follow the visual elements of numerology used by some of the masters of the modern world, such as Robert Rauschenberg, Tapia, Man Ray, Jones, etc., etc. The essence of their works are the ABCs of my very own visual alphabet. I like to take those techniques to a new level and create my very own visual language, essays that are proper to the modern world. They are not statements, they are comments or thoughts. In plain words, my works are studies of visual languages that are popular to organic audiences. Thank you for your time. I hope to hear from you. You know how to get in touch. Hashtag YNOTngl. See you soon.